Okay, great. So if you're happy with your face being shared with other people on the course, that's no problem at all. You can keep your camera on. If not, there's no problem in the world if you want to keep your camera off. Right. Now, this week, we are focusing on negative numbers in relation to maths. We did a bit of English last week and the week before, and now we're going to move on to some maths. So, what are negative numbers? So, it says on the screen, negative numbers are numbers less than 0. They are indicated by a minus sign, a little dash in front of the number. For example, -5 is a negative number, and we write that as a dash with a 5 next to it. Negative numbers can be represented on a number line to show that they are less than 0. So if you look at that number line at the beginning of the screen, you've got a big 0 in the middle. On the right-hand side, you've got 1, 2, and 3. Those are positive numbers. And then on the left-hand side of the 0, you've got the negative numbers, -1, -2, -3, and on the number line we go as far as numbers go. Next, I've got, next it says negative numbers have many real-life applications, such as measuring temperature below zero or depths. So somebody might be in a very cold country in the winter, and it might be -10 degrees. Oh, very cold. Glad I don't live there. You might take loads of money out of your bank account and have -15 in your bank account. Oh dear, it's not a very positive thing to happen. Can anyone think of any other examples? Maybe they could raise their little fake hand on their account, the little yellow hand, and tell me any examples in real life where you might see negative numbers. So we've got temperature, we've got bank accounts and money. Anybody else can put their hand up for me and ask and tell me. Oh, somebody's raised their hand. Rashak, can you think of an example? You might need to unmute, Rashak, if you need to speak. There we go.
In a math question?
Yes, in a maths question, good. But we're talking more outside of the maths classroom, in real life. So we've got the temperature, the thermometer. We've got someone's bank account, maybe, if they've run out of money. Can you think of any examples in real life where they might have seen negative numbers?
No.
Okay, thank you, Rashak. Anybody else? Asma, what about you?
Not really sure.
Not sure. Okay. Oh, Hibba's got a hand up. Hibba. Okay, Hibba.
A weight machine? A weight machine?
A wave machine?
No, a weight machine.
Oh, weight machine. Oh, excellent. So that's wonderful. If you were to sometimes turn on your weighing scale, if you've got a digital weighing scale in the kitchen, and you put it on, you press start, and you've already got I don't know, a bag of apples on there. And then when you take the apples off, sometimes it goes you're up to minus grams or minus kilograms. I didn't think of that one here, but that's very interesting. Okay, thank you for sharing that. Now, let's keep going. So this is our number line, okay? Who can remind me, on the right-hand side of the number line, what numbers belong on the right-hand side? Positive or negative? Hibba.
Positive.
Good. And Rashank, what belongs on the left-hand side?
On the left-hand side, it should be negative numbers.
Wonderful, well done. So it says here, write these numbers in ascending order. I'm going to ask you to type them into the chat. So when it says ascending order, it means starting at the smallest number and going up, like you ascend up the stairs. So I wonder whether somebody, and we'll see who can do it first, can type into the chat these numbers in ascending order. I wonder who the winner's going to be and who's going to type them in first. So if you're on the screen, the chat is to get that open, it's the little speech bubble symbol at the bottom. Let's see who can type that into the chat first. So we're going to start with the smallest number and then keep going up, and we're going to finish off with the largest number. Oh, let's have a look. Asma's had a guess. She's put -3. Oh, Asma, I think you've put your minus sign after your number, which is why I'm a little bit confused. If you see on the screen, the minus sign goes before the number. So the next person I can see is Miles, and he's put -5, -4, -3, 4, and 6. Miles, excellent. You are the winner. Well done. Asma, you've got your hand up. What would you like to say?
I think it was just being a little bit glitchy.
All right. Okay. Right. You might want to double check that then just before you press send. But thank you for your contribution. And I can also see that Vinod, is it, has typed into the chat too. Right, now we're going to move on to the next one. This time we're not going to type into the chat. It's going to be the first person who can unmute and shout out the answer. Who can shout out? Oh, you just don't need to put your hands up to unmute and shout out.
12, 11, minus 12, -11, -10, 10, and 12.
Wonderful, Shank. Well done. -11 is the smallest one. Oh, sorry, my mistake. -12 is the smallest one. Then -11, then -10, then 10, which we might write as +10, and then 12, which we might write as +12. Wonderful. Well done. Okay. What we're going to do now, oh, no, there's one more. Right, for this one, we're going to go back to the chat. Who can type into the chat quickest for this one? Writing the numbers in ascending order. Miles was the winner last time. We did the chat. And then Rashank won when it was shouting it out. Who can type this one in the quickest? Will we have a new winner? Oh, Miles again. Let's have a look. He's got -17, -16, -15, 7, and 17. Well done, Miles. Absolutely fantastic. You've done a good job there. Right. Okay. So I think the next slide. Yes. Now, before I move on and put that slide up, you might have noticed that this week there was no worksheet. You haven't got a worksheet in front of you because all of our questions just for this week are to be on the screen. So hopefully everyone's got a pen and a piece of paper in front of them. If not, or a pencil or a piece of card, whatever you feel comfortable to write on. Thank you, Asma, for showing me yours in front of the camera. That's very helpful. What we're going to do is we're going to put some questions up on the screen. And for each round of questions this week, I'm going to give you 7 minutes, okay? Now, unlike last week, I haven't got a timer on the board for you to see, but I will set the timer on my phone in front of me, and I'll unmute every few minutes to give you some kind of warnings of how long you've got left, okay? And they're ranked. They start off with easy questions, and they go on to really hard questions. Now, if you don't get all of these done in the 7 minutes, that's fine, because that means you started with the easier ones and then moved on to the medium ones, and that's as far as you can work today. However, if you find this so simple that you push all the way to the really hard questions in those 7 minutes, well, that's great, okay? So we're going to have a go at this, and when we come back, I'm going to ask some people to read out their answers, okay? So I'm going to go here on the screen, and I'm going to ask my phone, Siri, set a timer for 7 minutes. Right, off we go. 7 minutes.
Do we do very hard, the first line of very hard?
Now, if the easy questions are right at the top, I don't know who that was, I think it was Hibber, that's where we start, okay? So we start when we answer questions. Oh, Hibber, 1 second. If I'm answering your question, please wait until I give you a response, okay? So we're going to start right at the beginning with easy, and we're going to work all the way down to very hard. If we don't get to very hard in the 7 minutes, that's no problem. Do you have any questions about what I just said?
No.
Okay, that's wonderful. we've got 3.5 minutes left, so half of our time is gone, okay? If anyone thinks they've finished and they've got all the way to very hard before the 7 minutes is over, I'd be very impressed. They can use the extra time they've got to double check their answers. If you don't reach the very hard one, that's no problem at all, because we've only got 7 minutes. And if you only reach, say, medium or hard, that means that that's the level you're working at, and that's no problem at all, okay? Because this might be brand new to some of us. If anyone needs to help, feel free to unmute and ask me. But judging by this silence, I think everyone's getting on okay. Right, just over 2 minutes left. See how far you can go. Asma, I can see you raised your hand.
I finished.
What did I say you need to do, Asma, if you're finished?
Yeah.
Oh, you've muted yourself. There we go. Double check your answers if you've finished. We've only got a little bit of time left. We're less than 20 seconds to go. In fact, what I might do, I wonder if this will show. Oh, it's not showing up on your screen. Never mind. 10 seconds left. Oh, there we go. There's my timer. Our 7 minutes are up. So, can anybody, if they got to, we know that Asma then has got to the very hard one. Can anyone let me know, maybe just by unmuting or maybe raising their hand, if they got too hard? Anyone get to the hard questions?
I got too hard only on the first one.
Okay, so Miles and Hiba, right?
I got too hard on. I got hard also.
And is that Vinod? Because I noticed you joined a little bit late. Is your name Vinod, or is that your parents' name on your account?
My parents' name.
So what's your name, sorry?
Vishnu.
Vishnu, that's right. I can remember from last week. Right, okay. Let me just make a note of that. All right. Did anyone only reach medium? Okay, if you did. No, okay. And did anyone only reach easy? All right. So of the people who've responded, everybody appeared to get onto hard then. All right. What we'll do, I don't know whether it's the best use of our time to read out all of the answers, okay? But I'm going to ask oh, Miles has put his hand up. Oh, Miles, is that an old hand? I think that might be an old hand. Roshank, you've put your hand up.
I finished.
Right, we've all finished. I'm just about to read the answers out, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to ask everybody to... I'm not going to read the answers out for every question. I'm just going to go around and ask people a random one of the questions and see what answer they gave to see how well they did. So the person whose account is labelled Anna, if you could unmute, please. I'm not sure what your... I know that's your account name, but I'm not sure what your name is.
Hello, so that's my name, the parent, and this is Govinda.
Govinda. Okay, lovely. It's lovely to meet you, Govinda. Govinda, could you read the answer up for me for easy C? Easy C.
-4, -1, 2, 3, 5.
Lovely, fantastic. Well done. Thank you, Govinda. Let's go on to Vishnu. Vishnu, can you read out the answer for medium B, please?
-7, -4, -1, 3, 6, 9.
Wonderful, good. Hibba, can you read out the answer for medium A, please?
-6, -2, 0, 4, 8.
Wonderful. Who haven't I spoken to? Roshan, can you read out the answer to hard B, please?
-15, -11, -7, 2, 3, 4, 8.
Right, I think you've made a bit of a mistake there, Roshan, because we've got a -3. So I'm going to ask you to look at that one, and I'm going to come back to you in 2 minutes, okay? So you look at hard B again. Miles, did you get up to hard C?
Yes.
Right, can you read the answer out for me, please?
-13, -12, -9, -4, 5, 6.
Fantastic, well done. Let's go to Asma. Asma, can you read out the answer to that very last, very hard one then, please?
So -20,
Hmm.
-20, -17, 15, 12, 9, 8, 6, 4, -1 and 0.
Right, I think you've missed a few there, Asma, okay? Because I noticed there's a -6. That's
Oh
why,
yeah, -6, yeah.
right.
-6.
Right, so they need to be in order. So that's why we said, if we think we're finished, we need to go over and double check our answers, okay? Because it's all very well and good finishing and having 2 and 3 minutes left. But if we made some mistakes, that's a bit problematic, okay? So Roshank, I'm going to come back to you. Can you read out your answer for me that you made a mistake with?
-15, -11, -7, -3, 4, 8.
And which question was that, Roshank? Medium B, wasn't it?
No, hard B.
Oh, hard B. Right, my mistake. Right, okay, I got lost. Okay, lovely. Right. What we're going to do then is we're going to move on. So I think that, because I think I spoke to everyone then. Yes. Okay. It says, when we have to find the difference between a negative and positive number, we can simply add the numbers together. So we're going to find the difference between -3 and 11. Now, if we just have to add the numbers together, what's the difference between -3 and 11? Can anyone raise their hand and let me know? Whose hand is up? Roshan, can you unmute, please?
The answer would be 3 -11, which is 8.
It says we got minus the 3 from 11 because we're adding the numbers together. So the difference between -3 and 11 is adding those numbers that we see together to give us the answer. So, we've got Vishnu with his hand up. Vishnu.
14.
Fantastic. That's right. Well done. I've added the 11 to the 3, and I've got 14. Wonderful. Excellent. Let's move on to the next one. Oh, gosh. Losing my space. We've got 2 more questions here. Who can find the difference between -6 and 16? I'm going to ask Govinda. Govinda, can you unmute, please? The difference between -6 and 16.
The difference between -6 and 16 is that 16 is 16 and 6 is -16, and it's and 16 is doesn't have like a minus.
Right, I know that that's the difference between the 2 numbers on your screen, okay? But I'm looking for the numbers between them, right? So to work that out, I have the 16 and I add 6. So can you tell me, Govinda, what's 16 plus 6?
16 plus 6,
Yeah,
22.
fantastic. So the difference between -6 and 16 is 22. Well done. Who can tell me the difference between -3 and 15? And explain to me how they're working their answer out. Vishnu.
It's 18 because if you add 3 and 15, it equals 18.
Good, there we go, wonderful. So if I've got a negative and a positive number and I want to find the difference, I forget about the minus there and I just add the 2 numbers together. So 15 and 13 together is 18. Sorry, 15 and 3 together is 18. So the difference between -3 and 15 is 18. Wonderful. Okay, right. I've got some more questions here on the next page, and they start off, okay, a little bit tricky, right? Just because we've got some very big numbers. So we might need to take some time working out how to add them together. Now, I don't want to hear anybody saying to me, oh, I finished, if they haven't checked their answers, because that means you haven't finished. Now, I don't think we're going to have time to answer all of these in our 7 minutes, but we're going to give it a good go. And I'm going to go through the first one with you. So if I want to find the difference between -12 and 18, I've got my 12, because I'm going to ignore that minus, and I've got 18, I'm going to add them together. So, right, 18 plus 12 is, 8 plus 2 is 10, and then 10 plus 10 is 20. Oh, so 30. So I know the answer. The difference between -12 and 18 is 30. Fantastic, wonderful. I'm going to write 30 on my sheet of paper. Right, I'm going to set my timer again for another 7 minutes. I'm here if anyone needs any help. Off we go. Rashank, you've got your hand up. How can I help you?
I finished and I checked through it. It's correct.
Okay, I don't need anybody to let me know because everyone's going to be finished in 3.5 minutes. All right. So I want you to extra check, Rashank, that these are all right. Okay, because I'm going to be asking you one of those very hard or extra challenging questions, and I want to make sure that you've got the correct answer for everyone. Okay. So check.
I'm done.
Okay. Right. We're not going to have a situation, guys, okay, where we shout out to let everyone know that we're done. If we're done, we just need to wait patiently, double check our answers, and wait until everyone is ready when I say, okay? Because some people might be finding this a bit tricky, and it might be taking them a bit longer. And I think the last thing those people want to hear is how everyone else is finished before them, okay? It's wonderful that you're finished, but we know what we need to do if we're done, all right? Fantastic. Everyone else, you've got 2 minutes and 47 seconds, all right? So hopefully you can get as many of these done as possible, but don't worry if you don't get them all done. Okay, there's 1 minute left. So if you're still working, it might be a good idea not to move on to the next question and to go back and have a look at what you've already written down and double check to make sure your answers are correct, okay? It's about 40 seconds left, 40. Okay, so that's my timer going off. Now I'm going to go around the screen like the last set of questions and just ask each person to give me an answer for a particular question so I know that they've got it correct. Let's start with Miles. Miles, how far did you get up to? Miles, how far did you get up to?
Very hard.
Okay, so Miles, what's the answer to very hard A?
46.
Fantastic, well done, Miles. Wonderful. Thank you, Miles. Good. Let's go to Govinda. Govinda, how far did you get up to? Making sure you're unmuting yourself. Oh, yeah. Govinda, how far did you get?
Extra challenging.
Oh, wow. Right, in which case, Govinda, do you want to give me the answer to that last one?
95?
Wonderful, Govinda. Well done. Excellent. Good. Because 60 plus 35 is 95. Well done. Govinda, I'm very proud of you because I know you struggled with this to start with and you seem to have mastered it. That's wonderful news. Let's go to Vishnu. Vishnu, how far did you get up to?
I finished it all.
Okay. Do you want to give me the answer to very hard C?
75.
Wonderful. Well done. Excellent, Vishnu. Let's go to Asma. Asma, can you give me the answer to hard C, please?
To hard C is 32.
Oh, I don't think it's 32. I think you need to double check your addition there, Asma, okay? So what's 25 plus 17? I'm going to come back to you in 2 minutes, okay? Once I ask Hibba for the answer to very hard B.
Very hard B is 61.
Good, excellent, well done. And then Rashad, can you give me the answer, please, to medium hard B?
$28.
Let's have a look. Yes, excellent, well done. Hopefully Asma has worked out the answer to hers. Asma, can you unmute and read your answer out, please, if you've got it?
42.
Yes, that's right. Well, remind me which question it was again. I've lost it.
It was hard C.
Hard to see. That's right. Yes, well done. Good. Fantastic. Right, so I like your Rubik's Cube, by the way, Govinda. Very cool. I can't do a Rubik's Cube because I'm colorblind, so I can't tell the difference between all the sides. So very unfortunate and sad for me. Right, now it says here, when we have to find the difference between two negative numbers, we simply subtract the number. So last time we were looking at the difference between a negative number and a positive number. Now it is asking us to find the difference between two negative numbers. So I wonder whether somebody in the chat, if I open my chat box up, we're not going to shout out, who in the chat can be the first person to tell me the answer, the difference between -3 and -11. We've got a few different answers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until everybody, or not everybody, maybe a few, because some people might be really stuck, until a few people have worked it out. So we've got one person, I need to scroll back up. Asma said 14. Rashanka said 8. Vishnu has said 14. Miles has said -14. And Hibba said 14. So we've got a few different answers there. So let's read the instructions again. Maybe somebody wants to change their mind. When we have to find the difference between two negative numbers, we simply subtract the numbers. So I've got two numbers there. I need to take one away from the other. What could I do? Oh, I can see some changes in the chat. Now I'm going to tell you the answer to that question is 8. Because I've got the -11 and I've got the -3 on the screen. So I'm going to pretend that those minuses aren't there. And I'm going to take 3 away from 11. And if I had 11 fingers, that would be a bit unusual. Let's use all my fingers and my tongue. If I take my tongue away, I've got 10. If I take 2 more away, I've got 8. So the difference between -3 and -11 is 8. That's the difference between those two numbers, okay? Let's try again with some more examples. I wonder who could tell me, if they were to raise their hand, the difference between -6 and 16. Rashank, you put your hand up really quickly. What's the difference between -6 and 16?
10.
Sorry, -16. Yes, you're right. Fantastic. Good. Because you had your 16 and you took away 6 and you had 10. Who can tell me, somebody other than Rashak, the difference between -3 and -15? What about Govinda? Can you tell me, Govinda, the difference between -3 and -15? Oh, Govinda, waiting for you to unmute. Yeah.
Pardon?
What's the difference between -3 and -15 on your screen?
18?
Oh, it's not 18, because that would be adding the numbers together. I want to take away. So what I do, Govinda, is I get my 15, and then I take 3 away to get the difference. So what's 15 take away 3, Govinda?
I got the answer, it's 12.
Fantastic. Well done. Good. Now, oops, it is. I've got on this screen, okay, another list. We've got some medium, hard, very hard, and extra challenging. I'm going to set my timer again. And same as previously, I'm going to come back in 7 minutes, all right, and pick on some people with some questions at random based on that list. Again, if we finished, we do not need to unmute to tell me that you're finished and to tell everyone else that you're finished. It's wonderful that you finished. You just need to wait patiently and make sure you double and triple check all of your answers, okay? Okay, our 7 minutes is halfway down. We've got 3.5 minutes left. If anybody wants to ask for help, they're more than welcome to. But everybody appears to be working very hard. silently, which suggests to me that everybody's just getting on with it, which is good. But another 3 minutes left to answer these questions, getting as far as we can. Okay, there's my timer going off. Just before I make a start, as Mike can see you type something into the chat there. Is everything okay?
I don't really do anything.
Oh, you typed something. You've typed the words I triple into the chat. I'm not sure what that was in reference to, but if you don't know either,
Oh no, I
okay.
really don't know.
Okay, if you don't know either, then that's no problem. Whilst you're unmuted, Asma, can you answer for me question very hard B, please?
Very hard B. Is it 35?
Oh, it's not 35. I wonder, Asma, okay, whether we need to double check some of these answers, okay? Because I noticed because your camera was on, you finished really quickly. And I'm wondering whether we need to go over that. If we were to have 40 and take away 15, the answer would not be 35. So Asma, I'm going to come back to you, okay? I'm going to move on to, let's have a look at my list. Rashank, can you answer for me? Maybe very hard C, please.
22.
Fantastic. Well done. If I were to have 50 and take away 28, I'd have 22 left. Wonderful. Let's go to, hang on, Hasma, you've got your hand up. Can you just submit really quickly? Do you have the answer?
I'm ready. I'm
Oh,
ready with this.
what's the answer?
It was 55.
Okay, lovely. What I want you to do, was that for very hard C, very hard B?
Yeah, very hard B.
Oh, no, I don't think that's the answer either, Asma, because if I've got 40 and I'm taking away 15, the answer's not 55, is it? So what I want you to do, Asma, okay, is use this time now to go through every single question and make sure that you're taking the smaller number away from the bigger number, all right? And making sure that that number's correct, okay? I'm going to come back to you at the very end, Asma, all right? So thank you, Asma, and thank you, Rishank. Let's go to Hiba. Hiba, can you give me the answer for hard A, please?
Hard A is 37.
Are you sure hard A is...
I told you the wrong one. I told you the wrong one.
Okay, Hiba, do you want to read out the answer to hard A then, please?
Hard A is 25.
I don't think, Hiba, that if I was to have 25 and take away 10, I'd still have 25. Okay, so can you look at that one again for me? What's the answer to hard A?
15.
Fantastic, well done. There we go. I think maybe you just wrote that down incorrectly, or your one looked like a 2. Let's go to Miles. Miles, can you read out the answer to me for maybe let's go medium hard C.
6.
Fantastic, well done, thank you. Vishnu, can you read the answer for me, please, to hard B? I don't think we've done that one yet. Vishnu, you might need to unmute.
What did you say?
Oh, I've forgotten which one I asked you for, Vishnu. Let's say hard C. What's the answer to hard C?
42. Well, I mean 23.
That's fantastic. Well done, Vishnu. Thank you very much. Then Govinda, last but not least. Govinda, did you manage to get to the extra challenging one?
Yes.
Good. What's the answer then, Govinda?
83.
Oh, no, it's not 83. I think some people have forgotten themselves on this activity. Remember, we're taking away. So, Govinda, what is 32 taken away from 65? So 65 minus 32.
65 minus 32. 65.
See if you can work it out, and then to Asma.
It's 97.
No, minus take away.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't think it's 97 because we're taking away. So what I'm going to do, Govinda, is I'm going to come back to you in 1 minute. Asma,
It's
can you read out the
33.
answer? Oh, Vishnu, I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to move on to Asma. I want you to double check 65 minus 32. Asma, can you read out the answer, please, for medium hard A?
Is it 7?
Fantastic, good. Govinda, can you give me that answer then to that last one? 65 minus 32, the difference between minus 65 and minus 32.
33.
Oh, yes, well done. Fantastic. Wonderful. Okay, now I don't think we're going to have time, okay, because it's taken us today a little bit longer than I anticipated for us to get on to the multiply ones. Maybe that's something we can do next week, okay, because there's plenty of material here for 2 weeks. But I'm going to go through some of these word questions, okay, in the last 5 minutes, and I'm going to see in the chat who can answer some of these word questions. So get your fingers at the ready with your chat box open. The first one says, the temperature for today is 3 degrees.
I did a chat.
So some people are shouting out. Some people are shouting out and they haven't been asked to shout out. They've been asked to type into the chat. Let's start again. The temperature for today is 3 degrees. the weather forecast predicts a drop of 10 degrees this weekend. What's the predicted temperature for the weekend? You can put in the chat for me. The first person to put in the chat the predicted temperature for this weekend. So no one needs their hands up. Oh, we've got one guess. Got two. We've got a third one. I can tell you, the Rishank, you were the first person with the correct guess. Well done, because I've got 3 degrees and I'm taking away 10 degrees. So altogether that comes down to -7 degrees. Well done. Let's look at the next one. Okay, so the next one is about Joe's heating. I'm going to put a heading there in the chat, Joe's heating, so we know we're on a new guess. Joe's heating is broken and the temperature in his house is -2 degrees. Oh gosh, I don't know how Joe can manage. He borrows a heater from his mum and the temperature rises by 6 degrees. What is the temperature in Joe's house with the heater? Going to give everyone a few seconds. Three guesses in the chat so far. A big congratulations to Miles, who was the first person to guess. Well done. The temperature in Joe's house would be 4 degrees. Oh, still not warm enough for me, but there we go. I think we got a couple more of these. Right, there's another temperature one. In January, the temperature at the top of Ben Nevis was -6 degrees. By June, the temperature had increased by 9 degrees. What was the temperature at the top of Ben Nevis in June? So I've got -6 degrees and it increased by 9 degrees. So I got -6 plus 9. Our first couple of answers, I think some people have made a bit of a mistake. So I've got -6 plus 9. Well done, Vishnu. You've got the correct answer with 3 degrees. Well done. Okay, now we haven't finished all of our work on minus numbers, okay? There's still more that we can do. I've got more word questions and we want to teach you what happens when we multiply minus numbers. So we can move on to that next week, I think, okay? It's been lovely to see you all on this Sunday evening. I hope, if it was half term for you this week, that you had a lovely half term. Thank you very much for your time, and I will see you all in 7 days' time. Thank you, everybody. Very hard work. Well done.
Bye.
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 Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Asma, you can now. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Asma. You can hang up.